Hey champions, this is Arian Tyson out of St. Louis, Missouri, and I'm just coming back at you on this chilly morning here in St. Louis to shoot a quick video. I'm just leaving the gym after getting a great workout in, start the work week, and I trust that your weekend went well. My weekend was very productive. I was able to enjoy some time and go out, enjoy myself, and spend time with a friend of mine I've known for over 10 years, and then also was able to get some stuff, just get some work stuff, get some business stuff done. So all in all, it was a great weekend, no complaints. I wanted to talk to you because I was on a team huddle call last night, and I end up, letting the message marinate and had a chance to sleep on it. And I want to encourage you today and let you know that you can succeed even when the deck is stacked against you. And let me preface my comments. I come from a family where we are card players, whether it's spades, whether it's bid whist, whether it's tunk. I am a card player. So it's kind of in my DNA. Spades is the game that I love to play. And so I understand the importance of having the 52 cards in a deck. And so I can apply that to life. And sometimes, for many of us, we get dealt bad hands in life. The problem is, as people get older, they use it as a crutch. They use it as a way to get sympathy and so on and so forth. But once you reach the age of accountability, the reality is really the sympathy goes out the window. Because at that point, you can't blame your circumstances. You can't blame your environment. Up until that point, you had no say in the decisions that you made. But when you hit the age of accountability and you start to get your own, your decisions are up to you. And you're the one that has to live with your decisions. So even though the deck may be stacked against you in the beginning, once you really learn how to play the cards that you have and play the cards right, you can still succeed. Prime example, I was someone who would be considered someone who was, dealt some bad cards. I was diagnosed with lead poisoning at an early age. And I found myself surrounded by a lot of negativity in school. And I remember going to a school where I had to stand up in front of the entire student body and make a pledge that I would do my best to graduate from that school, because as an African-American male, this school, which was my alma mater, my high school, which is notorious for African-American males not graduating. They'll come in as freshmen and sophomores, and somewhere between sophomore year, especially junior year, they'll flunk out, so to speak. And there was a study done by one of my mentors in high school, who was a professor of mine, who is still a professor at Washington University here in St. Louis. And so I was one of the focal points of this study. And so as a result, I used that as motivation, that even with a stacked deck, I was able to not only graduate, but graduate in the top third of my class. So regardless to what your cards may say, regardless to how people may have wrote you off, regardless to how people may think you are not going to amount to anything, you still have what it takes to prove your detractors, prove your naysayers wrong. But you got to make a decision. You have to make a decision and understand that you can't take everybody with you. Everybody that says they love you is not going to understand you. Everybody that says they have your back don't. And you have to be conscious. You have to be conscious and cognizant of the decisions that you make. And stop looking for sympathy and own up to the decisions that you make. And when you make a mistake, learn the lesson so that history does not repeat itself. And see, a lot of times the reason that history repeats itself is because there's not enough dialogue. There's too much pride involved, too much ego involved. And it's sad to say that people are rooting for you to fail. And sometimes they can be close to you like a member of your own blood family. It is what it is. And it's not saying anything specific, but it's just the truth. And I'm unapologetic when I say it. But for those of you who are watching this and have had a stacked deck and had to rely on a stacked deck, the reality is you can still win, because I'm winning. And you know what made the difference? I locked arms with people who are winning. And if this resonates with you, and you want to turn your situation around, and you want to finally understand what it feels like to see your dreams start to manifest and start living life with a purpose in mind, not just going to a job, not just punching a time clock, not just relying on someone to tell you what to do, how to do it, when to move, how to walk, how to talk, then I challenge you to drop the excuses, number one. Number two, understand that everybody's not going to be for you. And then number three, I challenge you to connect with me. I challenge you to reach out to me. I challenge you to click the link below this video, because it's time for you to let your light shine. You know, you have an awesome testimony, especially if you've ever been at the bottom. You know, it's up to you how long you stay at the bottom. You know, you can look back in about 6 months to a year or so. It's really up to you how bad you want it. And you could say, you know, that you started from the bottom, now you're here. And you really can't appreciate a testimony until you've gone through some tests. And you can't appreciate the triumph until you've experienced heartbreak. You've experienced enough heartbreak. It's time for you to win. It's time for you to walk in victory. It's time for you to triumph. And when you're ready to triumph, click the link below. We'll see you on the other side. Peace.